got everything finished. I was originally showing you the whole build out, but wow, that was going to be boring. And I don't care if it was, I'll sped up. 10 minutes of just watching me fight with this thing was, not fight with it, but put this thing together was going to be dull. I'm sure there's videos on putting it together. So it took me about 2.5 hours. I did have to do it over a 2-day period just because of having some complications with my deck hooks. So my deck hooks that you're supposed to take out, they do have these little, basically it's an L bracket that goes back into the spots where your deck hooks are. I could not get my deck hooks out on the passenger side, so I had to leave those in. It's not ideal, but it still could get the anchors in there. And then I have the ones I'm supposed to have installed on this side. It's not going to slide around. It's hooked in. I just saved the other 2 brackets, so when I move to the next truck one day, I'll be able to replace these deck hooks and that were original, and then put in the proper ones, hopefully. But this has got this rubberized spray-in bed liner, so it kind of was a pain to get that off over the bolts because that was sprayed in over the bolts. Anyway, long story short, she's all in. So I did the drawers today. So far, I love it. It's got this great ruler on it. It's got some conversion stuff information on here. It's got basically a yardstick and broken down into centimeters on the bottom, regular inches on top. It's got a screw bolt diameter thing here. So that's kind of nice. This sucker is solid. Drove around. It's about 250 pounds. The package was 270 pounds, but that's with all the packing. So maybe 265. I can't remember what it says it weighs. I do love it so far. There's a couple things that are a little wonky about it that I'm not crazy about. But in that, like, the ammo boxes that they have here, they just fit right here, and then the ones up front are quite a bit smaller. But and so it's leaving about a foot on between the box and the wheel well of dead space, which of course could be something you could use. So I'm not real sure why they didn't. It's probably a universal fit thing, because it looks like just the top part is cut to fit after you order it or based on your truck. So I'm sure there's a reason why they did it that way. It's going to add so much space, I'm sure it's not going to be an issue. If I'm packing that much stuff in here, then I've got too much junk in there, right? Anyway, so I really like that. It fits nice and tight in mine. I might have 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch gap all the way around, but it's laser cut, it looks like, to, you know, go with the contours. Of the troughs up front, it doesn't, it's just flat against those. But it was real easy to put together. Like I said, probably 2.5 hours all total. And I was able, I'm 5'4", 145 pounds, was able to move the pieces around without any problem. I did have to turn things on their side just a little bit to bolt things together. So these pop off. It's kind of cool. You can turn those over and you've got cup holders, which is kind of nice. Some people at work did point out the fact, and I think this has been mentioned in a couple videos also, that if you empty these drawers out, they do make nice ice trough too, also for drinks, and which is rather convenient since it has a bottle opener right there. Anyway, so it's the drawers, you just pull this handle, the drawers slide out. It does have weather stripping. I'm sure because the weather stripping is new, that when I'm closing it, I'm having to really shove it to get it up underneath there, and it just kind of pulling it a little bit, but otherwise I like it. The only thing that was kind of wonky and that doesn't say it in the directions is when you go to put these wheels in, it tells you to put the drawer in, then put the wheels in. Well, that's all well and good, but then your drawer's in the way and it's just kind of laying there. So I had to jack it up or lever it up so I could get the wheels underneath into this little gap to put them in. So that was a little bit tricky doing it solo, but hence why my level is sitting there. So that's okay. I figured it out. I did not get the locks that go here, so it's just got the little plugs in it. But my tailgate locks, so 90% of the time my tailgate will be locked, so I don't have to worry about anybody stealing my stuff. but the sorry, ladybug infestation lately. But I will probably buy the locks in the future. They can just be installed. It's just those little turnkey kind, lever deals. And then that way, if I'm ever in a situation where I need to leave my truck bed down at work or anything like that, then I can keep these locked and not have to worry about people getting into them while I'm not around and the truck bed's down. So you just pull the lever out, slides right out. Now the thing that's a little wonky with this system is it only comes out about 2/3, which I'm sure is a weight issue. They're 200 pound rated drawers, so tools are heavy. So that means that this drawer is the length pretty much of this entire deal. So there is about, I'm going to say there's almost just under 30 inches of space to the back of that drawer that you can't get to from the top. That's quite a bit, actually. So it's a little over 1/3 of the drawer that is buried in there. So that kind of stinks. So needless to say, if you put stuff in there that you need to get to regularly, like I've got a T-square, a sheetrock T-square that clearly is not going to go in this with dividers. So it'll have to just kind of rest across the top, I guess. But a 3-foot level can go in there. You just got to turn it on its side. The other thing that is not great, so needless to say, don't put anything back there you either need to get to very regularly or what have you. The other thing that's has been a little weird, I bought a set of 4 dividers. The system told me that these were the ones that go with my deck system, so I need to call them and check because they don't quite fit. You had to pull the drawers in a bit. If they just slide in, and you have to pull the drawer in. It's just a little shy, and then it'll pop in, but it won't stay in. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's a little bowed on the bottom. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to check on that. But when I bought the system, because I was buying it new, it just said, it asked you which ones you wanted. So the deal you clicked was, I don't know, I'm buying my system new, and this is supposed to be the ones that go with it. So I guess I have to call them back and say, these don't fit. So other than that, I really like it, but yeah, I'm kind of shocked that that's almost 29 to 30 inches. Yeah, that's a good 30 inches deep of space that you can't get to very easily. So I'm going to keep, one side's going to be tools, and the other side is going to be RV stuff. So this is probably where I'll keep backup hoses, that kind of thing, that I can reach without any problem. I can grab, hook, if I need to. But needless to say, I go back any further than that, I can't reach it. So anyway, so that's it. But it's super sturdy. I like the way it looks. It blends out nicely, and stuff. So far, I'm pretty happy with it. Now I just got to go load her up, and then I can get rid of the cargo top thing that I've been using as a toolbox. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks. Bye.